You guys have been asking for this forever, and after a ton of searching, I finally found 3 school lockdown stories. This story was sent in by Mark. It was just another dull day in calculus, except it was Friday during the 7th period. Everyone was restless because the week was almost over, and we were all ready for spring break. Luckily, we didn't have a test like some of my friends did in their other classes, so our teacher, being the cool guy he was, started playing games with us on Sporkle.com. We were in the middle of a brand logo quiz when it all went down. I remember it clearly. My friend had just answered Adidas, and then the dean's voice boomed over the loudspeaker, sounding all panicky. He announced this wasn't a drill and ordered a lockdown. Instant chills and goosebumps hit me. Our laid-back teacher was suddenly serious, rushing to turn off the lights and guiding us to the back of the room. We all sat there in silence for a couple of minutes. Then the hum of the panel in the back of the room stopped, meaning they'd cut the power. We all exchanged glances, realizing things were serious. A few minutes later, a guy started screaming down the hallway. It freaked us out. 2 girls began crying, making us even more scared. The screams got closer, and the dude started banging on lockers, shouting, "I'll kill all of you." That's when I really got scared. Our teacher told us to keep quiet, and we watched each other, trying to keep it together. Then the banging moved to our classroom door. One of the crying girls let out a scream. The banging got even worse with the man yelling to open up. It felt like forever with him pounding on the door, but eventually he moved on, screaming like a maniac. 10 minutes later, though it felt like half an hour, the dean came back on the loudspeaker to explain the situation, which was shocking. Apparently, a mentally unstable person got into the building and attacked the front desk woman, sending her running outside, screaming. The staff didn't know if he had a weapon. Back then, our school didn't have cameras or much security, so it was an open target. They checked everywhere but couldn't find him, so the dean told teachers to keep teaching with the doors locked and students inside. The creepiest part was that a janitor found the guy asleep in a storage closet later, with a rumor that a .44 Magnum was sticking out of his pocket. Somehow the guy got away before the police arrived, and to this day, none of us know if they ever caught him. I hope he's getting the help he needs. This one was sent in by a listener who asked to stay anonymous. So my school has 2 lunch periods. The first is for all 6th graders and some 7th graders. The second is for the remaining 7th graders and all 8th graders. The lockdown happened in early October on a rainy day during the first lunch period. I heard 4 loud booms thinking it was just thunder, but everyone started freaking out. I thought they were overreacting until campus security came in, shouting at us to head to the multipurpose room. Those in the lunch line had to ditch their food and come inside. My friends and I went inside with a bunch of other kids, all wondering what was up. The multipurpose room is huge, with a see-through glass back wall. As we got in, security was covering the glass with curtains, and adults stood at every exit. My friend Eric asked an adult what was happening, and when he came back, he told us that a mentally unstable guy was barricaded in front of his house, threatening to kill himself and the cops. This guy was also a registered sex offender, making it worse. We were stuck in that room for an hour, covering 2 class periods. Once the situation was under control, they escorted us back to class one by one. Later, I learned that the man lived next to my friend Brandy. She mentioned seeing him the past Halloween, cutting his arm at his window and writing, "Don't come here or I'll kill you," in his own blood. At the time, they dismissed it as a Halloween stunt, but after this, everyone knew he was seriously disturbed and we were relieved he never got near us. This story was sent in by Rachel. I'm 22, fresh out of college, and just got a job back at my old high school as a sort of computer intern in the school basement. The basement's messy, but our small 3-person office is nice with big desks, mini fridges, a flat-screen TV, and good air conditioning, something neither students nor teachers had upstairs. I landed this gig thanks to 3 computer teachers who were basically my friends. It was awesome until a wild incident happened a few weeks ago. My co-workers, Dave and Gary, weren't around. They were upstairs working. I was having my sandwich during lunch when one of the front office ladies called, telling me the school was on lockdown because someone possibly armed was inside. There wasn't much I could do except turn off the lights. Our office didn't have a proper door, just a big opening. The basement door didn't lock. I texted Gary and Dave but got no response. Sitting in the dark, I played games on my phone, waiting for the all clear. I couldn't hear anything from upstairs, and I wasn't supposed to call anyone until the lockdown ended. Soon, the creaky basement door opened. Footsteps approached, which freaked me out. Should I call out to see if it was Dave or Gary? Someone then ran downstairs, heading toward my office. I dove under my desk as a guy entered, but didn't turn on the lights. Silence filled the room, and I was terrified. One sudden noise, and I'd be done for. My phone suddenly dinged with a text. I felt like my heart stopped. Footsteps came closer, and I finally crawled out, begging not to be hurt. A guy in a red plaid shirt, jeans, and a cap grabbed my arm and said he was hiding with me, asking what was happening upstairs. He ignored my question but asked if there was an exit. I pointed him in the direction. Before I could do anything else, I asked who he was. He claimed he was coming to pick up his son when a teacher told him to hide. Checking my phone again, I saw the text was from Dave. "Dude, this is crazy. Some guy with a gun shot Mr. Buckley. He's in a red shirt and hat. Don't come upstairs." I realized the guy in front of me matched Dave's description. He caught on to my suspicious look, and in panic mode, I ran for the stairs. A gunshot echoed in the basement. Luckily, it missed, and I made it upstairs. Police were at every exit and caught the guy when he came up. Mr. Buckley survived, thank goodness. Turns out, he had some past issue with the shooter, but nobody knows what. The sound of that gunshot will haunt me forever. Before you go, don't forget to smash that like button if this story gave you chills. Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. There's plenty more terrifying tales coming your way. Drop a comment with your scariest school memory, and let's see who's got the most bone-chilling story. Join the Mr. Midnight family, where the darkness never sleeps.